happy. This isn't ending because of something terrible. This is ending because we did 10 years of really important work in the community.
Allegations of embezzlement at a well-known local charity. The claims being made tonight.
Sweltering heat and ample sunshine until showers and thunderstorms cool us down later this week.
The Moscow mayor and police chief open up about the Brian Koberger sentencing. What they said coming up new at 5 tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Allegations of embezzlement surrounding a beloved charity are sending shockwaves across the city. Just about 2 months after the local charity Giving Back Spokane shut down, a board member took to social media to announce there was a misuse of funds by someone in a leadership role. Today, KREM 2's Regan Gallo dug into the allegations. So Regan, what do we know so far?
Well, the story is so stunning because the founder of Giving Back Spokane, Rick Clark, is such a beloved member of the community who for years has raised money for a variety of causes. Some may even call him a local celebrity. The recent allegations made on social media don't name Clark, but they do point to someone in a leadership role. Now, Giving Back Spokane was a local charity that served the area for 10 years. The nonprofit did several different service initiatives, from raising money for local schools to helping the homeless. And Rick Clark, the founder, was at the center of many of these initiatives. Most recently in June, according to the charity's Facebook, they raised about $75,000 for local school supplies. Rick Clark declined to speak with me on the phone, but in a text message, he did tell me he first heard of these allegations on social media and on other news outlets. He added he has not been served with any papers nor has heard from authorities. He also has not been informed of any wrongdoing outside of claims online. He continued to say until he gets a clearer picture of what's going on, he cannot comment further, but he wants to remain transparent. In a public Facebook post, Clark added that the charity has always had a third-party accounting firm to oversee its funding. Looking back to June 2nd, Clark posted a video about why the charity was closing, and he explains he needed to focus on things at home, especially with his nephews who are now living with him.
It's sad, but on the same hand, I'm excited, you guys. I'm happy. This isn't ending because of something terrible. This is ending because we did 10 years of really important work in the community. We've changed minds. We've changed the way people think about giving back. We've changed the way people think about giving grace to people and helping people.
As for where the allegations came from, Sarah Williver first spoke out about the alleged misuse of funds. She served on the board of directors of Giving Back Spokane. In her post on Facebook, she did not name who exactly was involved, but explained the board of directors is investigating the misuse of funds with authorities and legal counsel. Now, I did reach out to Williver to get more details, but have not heard back. Now, KREM 2 News has sent in a public records request to the city of Spokane to find out more, but Spokane police did confirm with me over an email there was a crime check report filed alleging embellishment. Spokane police did not confirm any name or names included in the report, but as for now, this is a developing story. Reporting in the newsroom, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
And thank you very much. All right, let's get to our other top story tonight, which is our hot weather. I want to get outside right now to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. Whenever it's really hot, we like to send him outside so he can see just how hot it is right there in a full suit. Jeremy.
Yeah, you can't trust a guy who's sitting in nice, cool air conditioning telling you how hot it is outside. I always just said, if a guy's in a stuffy suit telling you it's hot outside wearing a tie, he hasn't been outside. 92 is where we currently sit. We were thinking we were going to squeeze out a 94 today, but either way, we're in the 90s. We have a little bit of filtered sunshine right now due to some cloud cover, and that's keeping us from getting as hot as you are up in, say, Deer Park at 95 or over in Coeur d'Alene at 94. You want the real heat? How about Lewiston at 100, Othello at 98, and Moses Lake sitting at 97 degrees. A low sits off the coast, storms sit out to our east, and in between we're pulling in a bunch of moisture, and that's sitting in the atmosphere overhead. That's where that cloud cover is coming from. That and a little weak disturbance sliding through that you can't even see. What we are watching, though, is a more widespread potent disturbance that's going to slide through late Thursday into Friday, and that's when we have a decent chance of squeezing out a couple of, I would say, good rounds of rain and isolated rumbles of thunder. That's Thursday night and lingering into Friday morning. And because of it, Friday morning trends a little bit, or Friday trends a little bit cooler. Mid-90s Wednesday, Thursday, back into the 80s by Friday.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. Thank you very much. All Moscow public documents in the murder investigation of 4 University of Idaho students are now available online. Today, the city's mayor and police chief weighed in on the investigation. KREM 2's chief journalist Amanda Rowley went to Moscow today to share their thoughts.
Mayor Bedke, can you take us back to the first day that you heard the news about the 4 murders? What was going through your mind at that moment as a leader and as well as a member of this tight-knit community in Moscow?
I get a text in from the city administrator who said there's been a murder in Moscow. It involves 4 students. And I'm thinking, oh boy, this is difficult. It's going to be a real problem. And what the heck happened to have 4 people go dead? So they did say murder, so there went my first thought. Was it CO2 poisoning or something like that? A house burned down? But no, murder implies a whole different layer of problems. I felt a real responsibility to the community to try to work with the community to assure them that we still have the same community. It's just having a difficult time right now. We will get through this, we'll get past this, and we can start to put our psychological lives back together.
Now that Brian Koberger has been sentenced, how are you professionally and personally processing this now that it's come to a close?
It's still a little surreal. I knew that this would someday come to a close of sorts. And this certainly occurred a little bit sooner than we expected. We were in the throngs of preparing for a trial. I personally, I thought it was a great idea. That was a wonderful conclusion to this, and that ultimately we had shown that we found the right person, that we held accountable the person who did this, and he admitted it in open court.
Well, tonight, the man who fired more than 40 rounds into traffic along I-90 near the Washington-Idaho state line will not spend any time behind bars. Idaho State Police say 23-year-old Wyatt Armstrong parked in the median and shot at passing cars in December of last year. Armstrong pleaded guilty to felony charges involving unlawful discharge of a weapon. Other charges include DUI and disturbing the peace. Today, a judge sentenced him to 5 years with a suspended sentence and 3 years of probation. Investigators say rounds hit at least one semi-truck, but no one was hurt. To stay on top of local and national headlines with In the News Now at 5:30, just head on over to KREM 2 Plus, download our streaming app on your TV, and watch for free. All right, we are just getting started on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight.
I think if you have an opportunity to try something new, it would be silly not to try something new.
A new approach to analyzing and preventing overdose deaths. How a new group will dive deeper into the increasing numbers of people dying from drugs ahead at 5 tonight. But first, baseball legend and Spokane native Ryne Sandberg has died from cancer. How the community is paying tribute coming up.